There we go. Here we are, everybody, coming live. Joe Justice here, coming to you on April 28th, 2023. It is Friday. I like to call that Feel Good Friday, and I'm coming to you live. I'm on my way out the door here in just a minute to go to a meeting, so I've got my suit and tie and everything. I hit my gym. I hit my workout this morning here at my home gym like I always do. You can see it right behind me if you're watching the video. You can see I've got pretty sparse situation for my gym. I got a mirror, I got a pull-up bar. I've got some Select Tech weights, and that's basically all I use to get into shape, stay in shape, and that way I'm always able to stay on track. Now, if you're looking for something to kind of keep you on track, something to kind of push you, if you're wanting to get that little extra push to get moving with your workout, I want to invite you to join me on my in my group. We're doing a weekly, 2 times a week, so Mondays and Fridays. We're going to be doing a virtual workout. If you want to be part of that, send me a message, say I'm in. Just shoot me a message, say I'm in, or send me an email at joe@joejustice.org. Say I'm in, and I will add you to the group. I will set you up so you can do the virtual workout with us. That's going to be a great way to get started when it comes to twice a week. What do you do Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday? That's up to you. You can push yourself on those days, but you can join me for free on Mondays and Fridays to help get yourself in the right mindset and get yourself in the right place mentally. So let's talk about what we're here today for, and that is, in fact, why do I promote a home gym? Why is it so important to use a home gym? And why do we need to focus on using a home gym? What's wrong with going to the gym? What's wrong with having all those machines? I mean, if you go to the gym, you see all of the big shiny chrome machines. You got the big rack of weights. You've got the Smith machine. You've got the press machine. You've got the leg press. You've got all these different tools. You've got treadmills. You've got bikes. You've got spinners. You've got elliptical? That's not right. Elliptical machines. You've got all of these machines that are available to you. And what do I have in my home gym? I've got a pull-up bar. I've got a dipping station. And I've got a pair of Select Tech weights that go up to 52 pounds. And that's it. I've also got a calendar. I've got a couple chairs. I got a couple little odds and ends here and there. Some yoga blocks. You know, little bitty things here and there. But that's basically all I have. So how in the world can I compete with these big gyms that have all this equipment and all these people and everybody's excited? Everybody always talks, if you get the very first bodybuilding books by Arnold Schwarzenegger, he'll talk about how important it is to get to the gym. Well, and of course that's also one of those things that people use a lot of times for kind of shorthand for if they're saying something along the lines of, I need to get in shape. I need to focus on my health a little bit more. I need to, work on this a little bit more, work on that a little bit more. They say, I need to get to the gym. I need to get to the gym. I need to get to the gym. So my whole thing when it comes to that is, honestly, I think that it's kind of an excuse. I think it's a little bit of a procrastination effect. People will say, they'll use the gym as kind of like, well, they're not going to exercise, they're not going to get in shape, they're not going to improve their health because, well, they just can't get to the gym. And I think that ends up turning into a method of procrastination. If you wait for everything to be perfect, then you're never going to do anything. I was talking to somebody yesterday who deals with an employee that she said is a perfectionist. And it's really hard. Whenever she finally finishes a project, it's usually great, does a great job, but it takes her forever because she's a perfectionist. And I told her, the truth is perfectionism is a form of procrastination. And I know that sounds strange because people spend so much time talking about they want to get things just perfect. I'm not going to release anything until it's perfect. I'm not going to get out there until it's perfect. I'm not going to go on stage until it's perfect. I'm not going to go to this meeting until I've got my presentation perfect. I'm not going to talk to these clients until it's perfect. Well, all that is just putting things off. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. So if your plan is to wait for things to be perfect, then your plan is to never do anything. And that's the way I feel about the gym. So this morning I've got an early meeting. I've got to run. So what does that mean? That means that today would have been a day that I would not have been able to get to the gym. So what would I have done? I would have skipped the gym. And then Monday morning would have rolled around and I would have found some other excuse. So I would have missed my workout on Monday. I would have, stay up too late on Sunday night. So I would sleep in for an extra half hour or something like that. So what do you get by focusing on home gyms? Well, focusing on a home gym, sparse, simplified equipment, a floor, a mat, and some dumbbells. What do you get from that? Well, you eliminate excuses. You can do, minimal exercises. You can get in good shape. You can lose weight. Now, what's the drawback? And I'm going to be flat out honest with you. You're not going to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger doing home gym workouts. I'm also not going to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger unless you, take certain pharmaceuticals, let's say. So you're not going to lose. You're not going to be a bodybuilder. I'll say that, and that's absolutely true. You're never going to be a bodybuilder by using, a home gym with a couple of dumbbells. That's true, but you're never going to be a bodybuilder anyways. The people. If you're listening to me and you're working with me, and if I'm, we have lives. A bodybuilder spends 2 hours a day in a gym, minimal, in his whole life. I remember there was a documentary about Lou Ferrigno. Lou Ferrigno is a really cool guy, really interesting story, lifetime story. He's a guy that played the Incredible Hulk in the old Hulk TV show. If you're not familiar with him, way back in the 70s, even you young people might not even know. There used to be a TV show, you've probably seen like memes about it. But they had Lou Ferrigno, he was a bodybuilder, and they painted him green, and he was the Incredible Hulk. Well, I remember I read a story, or I saw a documentary about him, and he was going back into bodybuilding, and they had like this classic version of Mr. Olympia. And in this classic version of Mr. Olympia, it was for older guys. I think guys over 50 or something like that. And he had gotten into it. Well, his wife talked in the documentary about how straining it was on their relationship because she didn't marry him when he was a bodybuilder. She married Lou Ferrigno when he was an actor, and she talked about when he was a bodybuilder how much more difficult that was because it took so much time and so much precision, and he could never take a break, and it really strained the relationship. So, I'm just telling you that just to let you know, if that's what's holding you back, if you're saying to yourself, well, I've got to wait till I've got a perfect gym and a perfect workout because otherwise I'm never going to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. If you're using that as your excuse, don't worry about it. You're never going to be a bodybuilder anyways, not unless you're going to be investing those 2 to 3 hours a day at the gym. I mean, it's a full-time job. Those guys that do that and the ones that did it back in the day, that's what they did. That was their job. So don't let that excuse of not having a gym take over for you, okay? I want you to focus on what can you do today. What can you do? So this is my action step for you. If you've listened this long, I always have an action step, something practical that you can do every day. My action step for you is to see how many push-ups you can do in the morning after you wake up. Every morning for the next week, I want you to see how many push-ups you can do. At the very minimum, do a full half hour to 45 minutes of a workout if you can, but at the very minimum, see how many push-ups you can do, write it down, and see if you can improve that day to day, bit by bit. That's my action step for you. I hope that you join my group. Send me a message, say I'm in, or shoot me an email, joe@joejustus.org. Say, I'm in, and I will add you to our virtual workouts, and you can join with us, and we can all work together on improving our health and fitness together, and I will look forward to seeing you then. Until next week, you all have a wonderful day, and I will talk again soon. Bye-bye for now.